All right, everybody. I am Steve. This is A is for Alice, B is for Bob, and B is also for bowling. Why? Because I think you should watch my buddy Jack over at the Vinyl Martini. He just did a thread response, and he gave me a shout out because I convinced him my worldly knowledge he took upon himself and said, you know what? I'll bet you Steve's right about Tommy Bolin. He confirmed it. So if you have not hopped on the Tommy Bolin train or the Vinyl Martini train, head over there. You'll see what he's talking about. All right. So the other day, I go to the dentist. I had to get a new bridge. And driving home, I can see, because my dentist's office is about 10 miles from my house. I take one road, pretty much just one main road, east to west, to get there. And I can see heading back home, it's got to be a bad car accident because it is backed up as far as I could see. So, thankfully, there's a record store I frequent every once in a while. Not too far from my dentist's office, probably maybe about 1.5 miles, 2 miles at most. And it's on a street that runs parallel to the one I'm on. So I just head south. It takes me right there. It's right at the corner. So I figured, okay, you know what? I'll just go this way home. It's not the most direct way. Now I'm going to have to cross railroad tracks and all that crap. But it ended up being worth the trip. So hence the thumbnail. I went to the dentist and I got 4 box sets. Yeah, I go into Cheap Kiss Records and I look through the box sets. CDs only. I don't want to move any more albums. I come across this. Now, if you know me really well, you're saying, wow, I'm surprised you bought this, Steve. If you don't know me at all and you like this artist, you're probably not going to like me after this. I see this on the shelves. 25th anniversary edition of Paul Simon's Graceland. Highly acclaimed record. Man, I remember when this came out. Now, for me, Paul Simon, not a big fan, okay? I find him rather boring, rather vanilla. Same kind of musical family tree as Billy Joel for me. And, but you know what? I cannot resist a box set. And so I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to grab this. I took a quick look at it to see what was in it. You know, it came with plus also beautiful cover. I mean, what they house this in, this is pretty much almost like a canvas. Comes with a nice little booklet with all the lyrics. Paul tells a story about the genesis of this album. And then there's this. Okay, this opens up. And I don't quite get this part of it, okay? You can see these are, what are those diamonds? These diamonds are cut out, okay? For what reason, I don't know, because you can't slide anything in there. So I don't know. To me, that was a bit overkill. Then you also get this in here. This is notes and lyrics. Okay. So that's all kind of like on ruled paper. Your yellow legal pad, basically. And there's 5 CDs. Well, actually, I think 4 CDs and 1 DVD. You get Paul Simon Live and EP. You get the bonus tracks from Graceland. You get a DVD, Under African Skies. I don't know if it's a documentary about the making this or whatever. You get Graceland, the African concert. And you get the proper album, too, with the Vanity label. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll take a punt because it was only $30. I have no idea what it goes for these days. I mean, this is 25th anniversary, so I think this came out like late. What was it? Kind of like 86, 87, maybe. I know I wasn't married yet. Almost positive I wasn't. So, you know what? I'm going to like Paul Simon too. You know the joke. Um, I went to a boxing match the other night and a fight or a hockey game broke out. Okay. And Paul Simon to me is this is my Paul Simon joke. I went to the funeral the other day and then Paul Simon showed up and started playing. And that's when it got really depressing. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of where I stand with Paul Simon. You know what? And I tried listening to this. Graceland, that's a Graceland, going to Graceland, Graceland, going to Graceland. For a lyricist, lacking quite a bit there. And then the novelty song, you know, Call Me Out, Don't Call Me Out, whatever it was. I mean, it had, you know, the video with Chevy Chase. I remember that. You know, that song to me is just a throwaway. And you can throw away the rest of the album too. Not a fan. That is going to become VCLT to somebody. And so I saw this in the store also, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy this. Not for me. This will be VCLT for somebody. It is Miles Davis and John Coltrane, the complete Columbia recordings, 55 to 61. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this. It's in that's a metal casing. So I think there's 7 CDs in here. I put the one on, tried listening to it. Oh, man, no. Jazz is not for me. Then I came upon it. Okay, what did I pay for that? That was $30 also, okay? No idea what it goes for. But somebody's going to get it as VCLT. Then I came across this, and I loved the packaging. Okay, you know, the album cover, and it is Pink Floyd. The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Their very first album, right? Yeah, very first album. The only one with Sid, right? And there's 3 CDs in here. And I was like, okay, I love kind of the book packaging. And also, you know, it makes me think, what qualifies as a box set, okay? I'm going to say, no denying, this is a box set. I don't know, is this a box set? I mean, it's a small box, but there's 7 CDs in there. Then this. Now it's like very similar to the Jethro Tull box sets, which are kind of like in book style. And that's what this is, but I've just never come across it before. And this is made in Holland. So I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on this, and I'm going to see if they did more in this same style, because if they did, I will probably buy them. That one's a keeper. But talk about keepers. This one. This was the find of the day for the low, low price of $25 with 4 CDs. And you're talking about, CDs 3 and 4. This is what I grew up listening to. This is like 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. This is the Soul Spectacular from Rhino. Let me just give you an idea on disc 4. Starts out with Jackson 5. Okay, you know what? That I don't need. But then, man, we get Backfield in Motion. Remember that? Backfield in Motion, baby. Then, Chairman of the Board. Give me just a little more time. I love that part when he goes, give me just a little more time. Band of Gold, Free to Pain. Oh, yeah. 5 stair steps. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Honeycomb with Juanettes. Gonna put it in the Juanettes. What else got in here? Staple Singers. Respect yourself. Then a great song, Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. Treat Her Like a Lady. You know, does a good cover version of that. Henry Lee Summer. He did a pretty good version of that. There you got Al Green, Let's Stay Together. You know it. Ooh, Shylights. Ooh, child, things are going to get... MGK, if you're still watching at this point, I think we have to do karaoke next year. Let's see. Spinners, One of a Kind, Love Affair, Billy Paul. Me, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Midnight Train to Georgia. Oh, yeah. I mean, chock full of hits. CD3 got Respect by Aretha, okay? What else? Oh, Soul Man, Sam and Dave. And what else is on here? Tighten Up, Archie Bell and the Drells. Expressway to Your Heart by the Soul Survivors. Oh man, there's just Soulful Strut. You know that instrument. Oh, and then disc 2. Shotgun. Junior Walker and the All Stars. Probably my favorite song on here, but also because check out the video on YouTube. Anne Margaret dancing the shotgun. Oof, never made a green sweater look so good. So there you go. 4 box sets that I got because I went to the dentist. Thank you very much.